Hey guys, I hope you're having a great Friday. I am here because it's Friday and I'm just having one of those kind of days where I just really, it's like I've had a great day. I've had some good, encouraging things happen. You're going to hear that recording 1,000 times during this video because it does it constantly. But, I'm just having one of those days, those Fridays where, the week has been long and there's been a lot going on. And, sometimes I just like to sing just to encourage myself. I love singing actually, but I don't know. Anyway, so I just wanted anybody who can see this video join in with me, like rock with me. Let's just worship. And I'm going to do sort of like a medley because I don't know the words to all these songs I want to sing. But so I just go through my week so far just to keep it sweet and brief as far as catching up. But okay, so I am grateful because got a lot of things done as far as the women's retreat that I'm planning for the women in my family, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be in 8 days, and I've had a lot on my plate. So honestly, it's like at first it just kind of felt like it was just another thing to do, and I'm just being real and authentic and honest. And then the closer it gets to it, it's like the more excited I'm becoming because this is the first ever women's retreat that the women in my family have ever had. And I'm just hopeful about what it's going to mean for us and, how it can produce, really good things moving forward for us as the women in my family. And so I'm just grateful. Like we're just striving to be, and figure out what we want to, be as family and figure out what our mission is, what our purpose is, what our community as a family should look like. And, getting past the things that have hindered us from being, having those awesome, close relationships, which I believe is what God desires in family. And it's hard because, you have so many things that can get in the way of that. As we all know, family suffers. Satan attacks family in so many ways. And so anyway, I'm excited about that. Just without, doing some good work as far as just working to build my business today. My phone's ringing. I'm so sorry. But to build, the business today and, just getting back into exercising and, taking care of myself. So I have a lot of things to be grateful for. I had some good conversations this past week and, just different things that are going on. I'm just grateful to God. I was just literally walking through the parking lot at the store earlier, actually, and I had a great conversation with a woman there who I've been seeing her for a while. I've been knowing her for a while, or, seeing her 1,000 times. And today, God just allowed us to be in each other's space. And, she was just sharing me that that God has been telling her lately. She's been feeling like God is calling her lately to really seek him and really be closer to him. And God allowed me to be there at that moment. And we, are making contact and just looking forward to really building a great friendship and relationship with her. And any kind of way God will use me to be a vessel in her life. I'm so grateful for that. And so anyway, that's some good things to be grateful for, in this week. And I keep saying it's Friday. It's not Friday, it's Thursday. But either way, right? And so anyway, I hope I don't forget that tomorrow because I have some things to do. But I just wanted to connect. You don't have to sing perfectly. I'm not a singer. You can just kind of sing along. You can post some comments, if you want to add, like post some songs in the comment section that are your favorite songs, that you want me to, that I can check out. I just love good, spiritual, inspiring music. So lately, my favorite artist has been I think it's Daigle. If I say that wrong, please forgive me. Lord Daigle. I think when I tell Alexa, she always says Lord Daigle. So anyway, that's been one of my favorite artists lately. And so anyway, so one of my favorite songs by her, first song we're going to sing is, and like I said, we're not going to sing the whole thing because I don't know all the words. So anyway, no rules here, just enjoying ourselves. So anyway, it's called You Say, and it says, you say I'm loved when I don't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I'm held when I am falling short, when I don't belong. Lord, you say I'm yours, and and I believe. Oh, I believe. What do you say of me? Oh, I believe. Am I just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, Lord, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe. What do you say of me? Oh, I believe. That's one of my favorite songs. I love the words. I love how she says, you know, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. It's like she's saying what God says, and then she's saying how we can be so human. You know, we're so human. And sometimes it's like we know God says he loves us, that we're loved unconditionally. Nothing can snatch us, you know, from the love of God. But sometimes we just, in our human perceptions of life and experience, and the way that we interpret or define, or the way that we are accustomed to experiencing love, if it's not happening in that way at the moment, we can feel like, you know, I don't feel it, God. And I've definitely had those moments. I just did something with the light. I'm sure you can tell. But and then I love how she says, you know, she says, you say I'm loved when I don't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And, you know, God's word tells us we're more than conquerors and all these things. And, you know, to be honest, there are times when it's hard to believe it. You know, it's hard to really believe that we are more than conquerors. It's hard to really, you know, and it's not even that we are in and of ourselves. It's because when we're tied to the source, you know, like John 15 says, and, you know, when we're tied to the source, like, you know, Matthew 19:26, which is one of my favorite scriptures lately, it says, and, you know, with men, things are impossible. With God, all things are possible. You know, when we're connected to God, you know, we have a power source through which everything is possible. And so, you know, but at times, even though that's the truth, regardless, you know, it's like at times, you know, even when we are, you know, trying our best to follow God, we can just feel like, God, I'm so weak. And, you know, we can feel like I can't overcome. And I've even had moments like that myself lately where it's like, Lord, I can't overcome this. And, you know, I just have to remember, like, and, you know, if I pray and if I fast and if I trust him and if I seek him with all of my heart, you know, God, he promises, you know, he will help me. And, you know, so that way, that means I have a constant source of strength, you know, even when I'm weak, like Paul said, even in my weakness, you know, is when I'm made strong by God. And so anyway, I love that. And then she says, you know, you say I'm held, but, you know, when I'm falling short, I love the part, most importantly, when she says, and when I don't belong, Lord, you say I'm yours. I love it. I love this song. I can listen to it literally all day long. So anyway, another one that is one of my favorites lately is another Laura Daigle song. And it says, how's it go? It says, when you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give me answers as I cry out to you, I will trust in you. Okay, I'm all over the place with that. But I love that song because I love the part, especially when she says, I'm letting go of every single dream, laying one down at your feet. Every moment of my wandering, never changes what you see. I tried to win this war, I confess. My hands are weary, I need your rest. Mighty warrior, king of the fight. I don't think that's what she says next, but anyway, I no matter where I am, you're by my side. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I'm gonna walk through. When you don't give me answers as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. And then she says, you are my firm found, you are my strength and comfort. You are my steady hand. You are my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand. Your ways are always higher. Your plans are always good. There's not a place where I go you've not already stood. When you don't move the mountains, I'm needing you to move. When you don't part the waters, I wish I could walk through. When you don't give the answer as I cry out to you, I will trust, I will trust, I will trust in you. I love it. I love this song. So anyway, that's another one of my favorites. I love it because I love how she's basically saying, Lord, I surrender. And she's like, God, whatever it is you're going to do in my life, just, have your way. And, I just love that song. There's another song that's I've kind of gotten away from it lately because I've been on this Lord Daigle thing. I can't get off of her now. Oh my gosh, especially that song, You Say I'm Yours. I love it. Love, love, love. I think, so another song that I could not get off of for a minute was by Tasha Cobbs. And if you're a fan of Tasha Cobbs, you are a fan of good things because I love her music. And so I love how I don't know if she notices it or not, but she probably does. But like she loves singing songs about, the Spirit of God. Like she has that song, You Provide Your Fire, and I will be your sacrifice. You provide your Spirit, and I will open up inside. Fill me up, God. I love this song, but I'll tell you a better one, like not better, but a one that is also very powerful. And that is the song that she says, I love it because it speaks to a place that we have to constantly strive to stay in spiritually because we can start relying on the flesh. But anyway, it says, not by might, not by power, by your Spirit, God. Send your Spirit, God. Whoa. Anyway, she says, you are the, what? Oh gosh, how does it go? Somebody help me. I wish we were face to face. But it goes, oh my gosh, whatever. I'm not going to kill the song, but I love it. And like, I play it all the time, like in my car or with Alexa. I've kind of, like I said, gotten away from her though with Lord Daigle because I love her music. I love Lord Daigle's music. It's just like, it's so powerful. And then I tell you another song. It's not all that new, but one of the ones that's been really encouraging me and lately is the song Broken Vessels. Oh, and let me tell you another one. So Broken Vessels, I don't think that's the name of it. I call it that because that's the part that stands out to me, where it's by Hillsong. And it says, you take these pieces, these broken pieces, broken and shattered. Gosh, that song just gets me every time. And she says, broken and you, these pieces, these broken pieces, broken and shattered. I can't remember that part right there. I always forget that part. But it says, oh gosh. Gosh, I can't think of this part. Anyway, I love it. Go, Google it. It's called and then it goes, I'll be your vessel. The world will see your love in me. Oh, Amazing Grace. That's the name of it, by Hillsong. You have to go look this song up. It's called Amazing Grace by Hillsong. And it says, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh, I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing Grace. But anyway, I love it. And don't just do Amazing Grace. Make sure you pull it up by Hillsong. You have to hear that version of it. But I love that. Listen to that part where she's talking about how God takes pieces and how He is. She said you take these pieces, these broken pieces, and then she talks about how you put your treasure in jars of clay. And you think about that. It's like, she's talking about how something so precious is poured into something so not even worthy. It's not even fitting, and so fragile. But anyway, you have to Google that song. Like, if you want some uplifting, if you want to think about how it makes me think about how, and it even makes me think about this Bible discussion that the leader of my church was doing the other night. We were all having a conversation. We have these little groups we meet in on Tuesday nights, and one of the things he was teaching us was, how God accepts us. Like, you think about, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, when we were still powerless, Christ died for the ungodly. But, the point he was making, he didn't share that scripture, but it made me think about it. But the point he was making is how, when we're nothing, like you think about, in the Bible, the prostitute, you think about, the tax collectors, you think about, those are really bad people. And in this day and age, it may be the drug dealer, maybe still a prostitute, maybe, just promiscuous people in, sexually immoral relationships like I was before I started following Christ, and, just really, He takes us where we are, no matter how gross our sin is. And God, when God calls us and when we come to Him, He loves us and He accepts us the way we are. And He does something with us. When He gives us His Spirit, He does something with us that is absolutely unfitting, and then, it's like His love, the love He has for us, that same love that He has for us when He first accepts us and calls us. Like, we can't earn that as we follow Him. It's like we're just in it. It's ours to have. The only thing we can do is respond to that love by being righteous and, just really choosing to strive to obey God. God said to love me is to obey me. And, God shows us His love by rescuing us and allowing His Son to die for us. And, the response we can have to that is, like He said to love me is to obey me. So that makes me hungry to mature and grow and repent, which is a constant, fight to learn how to serve Him. Sometimes I just have to ask God, like, God, teach me how to be your servant. Teach me how to be a disciple. Like, help me be a disciple. Help me, soften my heart, mold my heart. And believe me, I'm molding, He will do. But to make the point, it's, anyway, we're supposed to be singing music, but this song makes me think about it. Think about that part of God and how He takes unworthy vessels like us, and He, fills us with His Spirit. And as we, really do come into a right relationship with Him, where we are ready to be His servant, when we are ready to be, truly obedient to Him. And, and it's like that song. It's like, you take those pieces, these broken pieces, and, it just really, I'm playing with my mouth on camera. I'm so silly. But to make the point, it's like, and God pours His treasure into us, and we're so undeserving. It's like, I don't even deserve for God to know who Maritha is. And yet, God, when God calls us, when we respond, when we open our hearts up, when we, choose to follow Him, to follow His word, to be baptized, as it says in Acts, chapter 2, in Matthew 28:18-20, you know, to really, you know, become followers of his, you know, then that's what he does. None of us deserve him. There's not one day of my life that I've ever deserved him. It's not one day I ever will. And, you know, I love that about God. It's like, it makes my heart hungry for him. It makes me want to know more about him because he loves me despite who I am, how I am. I fail all the time. You know, I fail to love other people like I love myself. I fail to, you know, Jesus said, love one another as I've loved you. I fail at it all the time. And it's a constant fight. It's something I have to literally fight fast and pray for, you know, to become more like him. And I'm just grateful that, you know, God is okay with me being a work in progress as long as I'm really, truly, you know, striving to be a work in progress and not just, being complacent like the Bible talks about, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I was just sort of having a laid back moment. These songs come to mind. I love these songs. I love this music. You know, I love this song that says, there's another song by Hillsong I've been on lately that's called How Could It Be? How Could It Be? And I literally, it blows my mind because it's so true. And it says, you met, wait, that might be the one, but I've been on this song lately that goes, you right my wrongs, you plead my cause, dang it, I forget the words. You overcome, oh, you gave your life just to save mine. And that is it. It's how can it be? How can it be? Oh, how can it be? I love it because it says, you right my wrongs, you plead my cause, you on my... I always forget words to songs. That's why I have to listen to them all. Even though I listen to them 100 times a day, I still forget the words. But you have to look it up. It's called How Can It Be? How Could It Be? By Hillsong. I'm not getting paid to do this video, by the way. These are just artists that I love and music that really uplifts because it brings you to this place of like, for me anyway, it brings me to this place of like, you know, being sober and just sometimes I think our lack of gratitude for God and who he is and just everything he does for us, you know, is what can get us stuck in a bad mood or funk or a low spirit, you know, whatever. And it's like this music reminds us not only of who we are in a sober way, like we don't deserve God. It reminds us of who he is and how awesome he is and how much he loves me and how much he loves you. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope this video can encourage, even though it's just kind of thrown together. I was just sitting here like, you know what, Lord, I feel like worshiping you. And I said, why don't I make a video? And when I get off, I'm going to go back to really worshiping him. But anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're inspired. Go Google those songs. They are amazing. And I hope the video is encouraging. I hope you're having a great day. When I get off of here, I'll pray for everybody who's watching. I will talk to you soon.